Possibly.
I mean, StreamYard wants us to pay like what, $44 a month. It better launch right away. It better. I can't. Kluge, have you guys noticed?
Three,
Have you
two,
noticed on your show
one.
how it's wanting a price increase?
I don't handle the pricing on the other show, and nobody had said anything about it, so I didn't know.
It's $44. It better, seriously, StreamYard better give me a fucking full throttle, better give us a Pabst Blue Ribbon beer, and better give at least Bubba a blowjob for $44. Because for God's sakes, $44 goes a long way in this time and age. With that said, welcome to the Best Damn Podcast. Show reminds you, if you're going out this Halloween dressed as a mummy, make sure you get your toilet paper now and rather than use recycled toilet paper with all the toilet paper shortages going on, because people's going to ask you, hey, is that a Snickers bar melted to you, or is that just something else? I'm Tyler. Joining me, as always, of course, is everyone's favorite tech badass, Jason Kluge. We got the sage himself of Norse mythology and knowledge. Ask Dr. Sage, your future president, who's getting ready to square off in a few weeks against Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, if she can actually get her words correct. Jason Wilhite, and you know him, you love him. It's just Bubba. We got a lot to talk about tonight, including crazy world news. We got listener spooky stories. Have you experienced something you can't explain, whether that be ghost, UFO, anything? Let us know. We'll get you on the show so you can talk about it. So that's what's going on tonight, but a whole lot more. So stick around. It's going to be a good one. And also, we got a new segment Will Hite's going to read. He read a few, but somebody really should have proofread this shit. They really should have proofread these. We'll just go with that. So, how is everyone? What's going on?
Yeah, proofreading is a big deal. Messing up a comma here and there, but when you release a candle that looks like it belongs to a hate group, kind of bad.
Oh shit!
When you have news headlines that go out, it really questions. There's a reason I think 36% of the citizens trust the news. 36% trust the news. That's a lot that don't. I wonder if that's because Northfield plans to plan a strategic plan. Yes, folks, that was an actual fucking news headline.
Kluge didn't hear any of this coming in, so
it sounds like a good plan to me.
Klug, if you depended on getting your news from a whatever news source it is, and they put out there that let's use Springfield. Springfield plans to plan their strategic plan. Would you trust that news source anymore?
I'd be like, who's the fucking kindergartner who put this sentence?
I plan to do the dishes tonight after the show. Sage plans to have a beer later on.
No.
I plan on doing that right now.
No. See, you're still giving it too much credit. You got two plans in there before you execute. This was planning to plan your strategic plan for an emergency or whatever the case may be. So there's 3 moments up to that before you even get to the
make it a plan.
So that's like me thinking about when I'm going to plan my plan for my evacuation plan if shit hits the fan. Right?
Right.
Yeah. What? I feel like I'm fucking drunk or high right now.
I feel like somebody's grammar was just rushed through real fast.
Hey, what'd you learn in college at journalism school? Oh, it was awesome. We got drunk. We had parties. We talked about this political bullshit. And then, I don't know. They just gave me my degree. I don't know how to write.
My sister raises a good point. Did Kamala write that article's headline?
Well, it might be from Columbia. Who the fuck knows?
See, you have to have a plan in order to have a plan. and that plan needs to be executed for you to have that plan. It's like, are you serious right now?
But you see, I'm coming up with this plan when I was discussing it with my mother, because I come from a middle-class family.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I knew that was going to slip in. I knew that.
Goes over the plan and the details and the bills and the plan. I'm going to stab myself in the fucking eye with the damn spoon.
I mean, this kind of reminds me of Robert Downey Jr.'s character in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, it
Just a
does.
dude that's playing a dude that's playing another dude.
I would love to see Tropic Thunder come back to theaters right now, because we always talk about, Blazing Saddles, they'll never bring it back. You bring Tropic Thunder back and watch people melt.
Dude.
What do you mean, you people?
What
The hell you mean, you people? Huh?
What the hell you mean you?
You got any other crazy articles from that headlines?
Oh, you know what? Let's go.
Yeah, let's go with it. I mean, that's good.
Stab people in the fucking face. Do not, please, folks, when I go over this, do not lose your faith in. Okay, you know what? No, fuck it. Lose your faith in journalism. We'll try to give you facts. County to pay $250,000 to advertise lack of funds.
What?
Yeah, and that's why Kluge has already got a headache and leaning over. County
Clue's got a meeting to go to. He's like, oh, thank God I got a meeting.
County to pay $250,000 to advertise lack of funds. Yes, they're going to spend $250,000. Lane County.
Tell everybody that they need more than $500,000.
Right. Lane County will spend up to $250,000 this year publicizing its tight financial picture in hopes that voters in November will approve higher taxes for public safety services.
Here's an idea.
Spend
Let's
money
take
to
the
make
money
money.
that we're going to use to advertise and put it into the public safety services.
Exactly.
What?
That's what we said
Holy
earlier.
What?
Holy shit. That's a financial success.
And you don't have to raise taxes? Oh, what?
What were you going to say, Bubba?
It's you got to make money or spend money to make money.
That's the wrong way.
So
No, you got
let's
to spend money to tell people you have no money.
Yeah,
That's
let's
their
spend
philosophy,
$250,000 for ads so people realize how bad it is, so they'll agree to vote to raise taxes. Well, if you're broke, I'm pretty sure the fucking people are broke too.
I mean, we're kind
And then here's my Northfield plans to plan strategic plan.
that one. I don't know. The Northfield one is still fucked up.
Now here is my favorite because I love steak, so this made me hungry.
All right.
Cows lose their jobs as milk prices drop. Sage, do you want to say it?
I mean,
Say it, Sage.
It's okay because that just means there's more beef for my stomach.
There it is, folks. A dairy cow never loses a job. They have a job.
No,
They
it's more
produce
yummy,
milk.
yummy for my tummy.
They produce milk, and they produce offspring. If they stop doing either of those, they have a new job. Instantly, a new job.
Filling my belly.
It's called porterhouse, New York strip, sirloin, ribs, rump,
Hamburger.
and
Yep.
ground beef. I'm sorry, but the cow just gets a new job. Thank you. Skeletor gets it. They get promoted. They have one job at that point. Man, PETA's gonna fucking hate us.
Well, I don't think we really care. PETA hates us.
They don't.
I'm sorry.
So here you go. You're gonna love this. I kind of hid this one back.
All right.
Thank you.
Woman.
Gets it.
Woman missing
Woman?
since she got lost. Yeah. Woman missing since she got
Come
lost.
again?
I'm sorry. I got lost in that article. I'm missing the point. What?
You don't say that when she's been lost this whole time since she went missing. Really? Is that how that fucking works?
So this woman's been missing since she got lost.
Yeah.
Oh, she got lost.
I'll be goddamn.
How'd she get lost? She slipped out the door. Nobody saw her, get off. That woman got off her leash.
Oh shit! Man, is this article in Louisiana? Hang on.
Ooh.
She took a left turn. Damn GPS took her on the wrong path. Oh, Jesus.
You know you're hurting for a story if Greenville, Maine post dog saves owner's life after cat starts fire. So you mean to tell me out of everything going on in the world, cool, hey, there was a house fire, guy got out. But you write an article about the guy's dog who alerts him to the house fire, which cool, because a cat jumps up on a table where you had your kerosene heater sitting. You put him in the middle of a fucking floor with nothing around it, so it can't fall, burst open into flames, and cause this big thing that's hot. You know what? I'm going to dumb it down for you. It blows up, right? It spreads this thing called fuel that agitates what we call fire. And this grows, it gets bigger and hotter and destroys your fucking house and your life if you're there. Do you understand now? You put it on the floor. No, I'm not going to talk to you people.
But the plot thickens because it's later revealed that the cat jumped up there to start the fire to kill the dog.
Yeah, probably. You know what? No, they shortened it off because it was a Associated Press headline. They had to keep it short. But that's probably true. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a charity volleyball match.
Oh,
Not
really?
bad, right?
Yeah, not bad.
Seems cool. Charity volleyball match.
Hey, we're all about that charity as well.
We're about raising some money. We get it. Christians will play atheists in charity volleyball match. Huh? What? Does that mean there's going to be a fight at intermission?
I'm guessing at some point.
Now, here...
Can I just do something real quick before you continue?
Go for it.
911, what's your emergency? These atheists just beat us in a basketball game. Now they're beating my kid up, saying that we worship a zombie. We'll be right over. Now, if it came down to that... You know what? I can't with this article. Go ahead and continue, Jay. The time is yours. I
really have questions, a lot of questions about this headline, because I don't. You know what? This goes perfect with the atheists and Christians in their belief, because a worker suffers leg pain after crane drops 800-pound ball on his head.
Can you repeat that again?
Maybe that's your zombie one that you just said.
800-pound ball on his head.
Well, no. This is the thing. It's okay. Maybe it grazed him and he somehow lived, or she, or whoever. It just says worker. But worker suffers leg pain after crane drops 800-pound ball. Oh, it does say on his head. Sorry. I would think your head would be fucking hurting.
I would think you'd be dead at that point.
Or how you're fucking alive.
Yeah.
Hurting
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, what the?
Flat.
Oh,
But
for
you're-
God's
I
sake,
mean,
tell us more.
Worried about the leg.
I like what Mo's having. I'm cooking crab chili pizza. That sounds actually kind of good.
It does.
But I mean, sure it was a ball and not that bitch that got lost. So what the fuck?
Okay.
God damn.
South Haven, I really want to know what you guys are smoking. City is unsure why the sewer smells.
It's that bitch that got lost.
She's down there in the sewer.
Yeah, she's down there in the sewer, yep.
Bob's, no, you need to hear this.
Old.
South Haven, the tests have been inconclusive in trying to locate the source of a mysterious odor that has been detected in several downtown South Haven businesses. Bob Strickland, funny, the director, said he will discuss the strategy of putting a non-toxic smoke into the sewer to detect the path of the offensive odor from basement drains. Somebody is putting something into the sewer that is creating the odor. It's a sewer. Every person in your area that takes a shit in a toilet is putting something into the sewer. How does this dude have a job of being the director? If you're the director, you're probably making decent money, and you're gonna put smoke into the sewer to flush it down, which is gonna raise. No, really?
That's gonna put that smoke into people's houses.
You're worried
Everybody's
about
fire detectors are gonna go off, and the fire department's gonna go. Where?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine a meeting where they're reading the results? Where they're like, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, we took sewer samples. The sewer consists mostly of concrete and lead. We found large amounts of fecal matter, large amounts of urine, several condoms. You should not be flushing those down your drain. We found
tampons, which should
not be flushed down your drain at all. No. We found the remains of a dead alligator. So at one point, the city did have a population of alligators living in the sewer, but they've all died out, possibly because of the smell. We did, however, find the products that people would usually use in meth, but we found out that was just old homeless Harry down the street. That's his collection of chlorine bottles. So as far as the smell as to why the sewer system is stinking, we don't know. Are there any questions? Just one guy in the back room. Yes, Johnny, you in the back room. How much shit did you find? Quite a bit. We can tell everybody's favorite fast food restaurant around here has apparently been KFC, with a little bit of Taco Bell, perhaps. So, but we still don't understand the smell.
Here's my question to Mr. Strickland. Hey, dude, the meth and drugs that people flush down the toilet because they're about to be raided, don't fucking smoke them.
Oh.
Because, dude, come on, it's a sewer. It smells like shit.
Yeah.
Here's your dumbass criminal.
Oh, I love a good dumbass.
Man thought he could only be charged with burglary at night. So what does he do? He breaks into homes during the day. Can't be charged if it's during the day.
Yes, you can.
And the fact The 22-year-old man faces felony burglary charge after allegedly, I love how they put that in there,
Allegedly.
breaking into a home in Eastlake. It's his mother's home. I can't be charged with burglary. I did it during the day.
What the fuck?
Wow.
I'm sorry, but we should be locking up criminals. And if you're that fucking dumb, I think you should get an extra charge just to save society.
Yeah, you should. Extra time tacked on.
And finally, Arizona man arrested after shooting at the moon high on marijuana.
Are we sure that's not a Florida man? That sounds
No,
like
it's Arizona.
I
But
will
I will
say-
say this: the dude does look like Tim McVeigh.
Oh shit! it's Timothy McVeigh.
I will say that marijuana has never made me shoot at the moon. Ever.
I'm not gonna lie; I've shot at the moon. I wasn't high; I just shot at the moon.
Hey, AB.
Tim
And
says
Tim's
he has,
in here too.
Tim says he has a story about. Again, everybody, we are taking listener
Hi,
haunted stories that you've experienced or seen. So if you want to link into the chat room to tell us your story, because we don't have a phone line, let us know on Messenger or whatnot.
We need a phone line.
We need one. Yeah, I was supposed to get
Skeletor broke into his mom's once for money. She was waiting on him with a belt and a sandal.
Sandal.
Ooh.
Oh, I see AP's here. Yep. And Skeletor is doing what I asked him to do Saturday. Sorry I pissed you off. Good. By the way, this was sent in as well. I got a picture here that was sent in. So when you're okay, I don't know much about what the hell is that? Oh, he's second gram. I don't know much about designing ammunition.
I'm sorry. I needed a snack.
Kluge, do you know anything about designing ammunition?
No.
You don't know. Okay. What about Jay? You know anything about designing ammunition?
Know anything about what?
Designing ammunition.
I know nothing about pew-pews, weapons, or... Yeah, I don't know anything of those.
All right. This is truly bizarre. Oh, helmet, before I bring this up, April says make sure the pointy end goes in first. Well, I think with this design here they've got, it's got to go in first. Imagine you break into somebody's house at 8:59 because you can't get arrested during the day for breaking in, and their pew-pew is carrying this. Dick bullets. 9mm parabellum hollow point, mind you, hollow point dick bullets.
Well, the person that gets hit by that, they're fucked.
The point is they look like that, but that's just someone saying dick bullets, because the truth is when a bullet hits you, it actually like mushrooms to cause more damage. Some of them.
Yeah.
These where you see those splits will actually do that, and it creates shrapnel.
Yes.
And it just it's mincemeat, dude. It literally is there to cause as much damage as possible. You get hit with one of those, you're probably better off getting hit with a fucking 45. Just speaking truth.
Anastasia says, see, at that point, I would rather either hope to survive to tell the tale or hope to die so I can't tell the story. Yeah, that's kind of true.
AP had a good comment too.
I don't know. Skeletor's gonna.
That's a little much.
That's a little too much there, brother. Come on, man. I've heard of shooting your load, but that's a little, yep. Darren says some of the stupid shit we deliver is just plain dumb shit.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
Darren, you still going Saturday?
oh, yeah, Saturday is your
Ghost walk.
the ghost walk, yeah. I got several people interested. Several people. And this time I can actually go to the fucking ghost walk without having the broadcast. I can actually enjoy the damn thing.
You delivered a pack of gum.
How the fuck do you deliver a packet? Wait. Darren works for FedEx. Is Darren
Oh shit! The inventor of the J-Bra might be there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Darren works at FedEx. He's the FedEx guy that unfortunately found that boy in the pool.
Oh, okay. How do you deliver a packet? How do you place an order for a packet? You can't go down to the gas station to get it.
Tyler can finally relax and eat all the cheese cubes without the engine.
Oh, still shit. I ain't gonna have Sage or Bubba there. Quit eating those cheese cubes, man. Those aren't for you. Those aren't. I can't fucking help it.
Dude, I love it when the wife brings a bunch of that shit home. It's a great snack.
I will be in Beardstown Saturday, so I won't be there.
Saturday's another wrestling show?
Yep.
He,
Wow.
Oh yeah, PWA's got
he
to do
delivered a
all.
pack of gum because the gas station that she lives a block away from didn't have her flavor.
What fucking flavor of gum do you have to actually order to get delivered to you?
We were actually looking the other day. Ellen brought up the fact of that. Remember Fruit Stripe bubble gum?
That still exists.
And
Yeah.
you can't find it anywhere. But
Yeah, Fruit
I
Stripe
did
still
see
does.
on eBay, you can't order boxes of it, or you can even order a single pack of it.
Be careful. That's just people that has an old inventory. Like the
I
dumbass
don't know how fresh that is, but
like the dude who ordered a 20-year-old fucking clear Pepsi and then decided to drink it for science.
Oh my god, yeah.
Let's just say his science was involving emptying his stomach.
Okay.
Oh shit! Did
Oh God.
you?
Fruit Stripe gum was good, except for like the flavor only lasted like 30 seconds. But
Tim found a death nut challenge the other day. What kind of gum? All right, hang on a minute. Fruit Stripe. Well, I don't. Okay, first things first. Why the fuck is Skeletor ordering a dildo for Ray Lytle's birthday?
It's Skeletor. Are you really asking that question?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't know.
his birthday's the 25th.
Skeletor, get a hold of AP. She can give you all the information you need about the specialty dongs.
Yeah, I'm not finding Fruit Stripe
This-
gum on the internet. How in the fuck? Well, I will say I have ordered from Amazon a 30-pack of Full Throttle before because it's better to have the 30-pack than go up to the gas station every 5-10 minutes and be like, hey, I need a Full Throttle. Then they're out.
You can get Fruit Stripe gum, and it is now longer lasting flavor.
Where are you seeing this at?
I found it online.
I'm going to order Fruitopia. Yep, there it is. Fruit Stripe gum. It's on Amazon,
And
too.
it's now a sugar-free gum.
But you can't find it in the stores anywhere.
I found one that said it was in Walmart. Or, well, you could buy it through Walmart. I don't know if you can actually get it in Walmart.
Darren says he has picked up and delivered dildos before. Jason knows. I I don't want to know why it's Skeletor. All right. Well, again, tonight we are doing listener submitted scary stories. If you have experienced something, you can't explain, whether it was something haunted, maybe you saw a UFO, something like that, let us know. We'll send you a link. You can come on the show and discuss it with us. Maybe you experienced maybe you've been ghost hunting before. Maybe you saw a UFO. I know Rob Hansen from Weird Frequencies. He's seen a UFO. Amanda Kluge has a story. Is she home with you, Kluge?
Yes, she is.
Bring her over. Let's hear it. Let's hear this. We'll give her center stage. I like how she's the first one up with a scary story.
And you know what? With her, it's going to be interesting.
Oh, it probably is, yeah. Because she's seen a lot of things.
Go ahead.
So when I was about
hold on. Can you turn your camera on, please?
Jason's
Stop
eating.
yelling into the microphone.
Who cares?
Oh God! Okay, we're good. She can go away.
You.
All right.
In 1997, my grandfather died in the house we were living in. So
Yes,
when
Anastasia.
when I was about, let's see, I was in 5th grade, so when I was about 11 at the time, I was staying the night at my dad's house, and it was around Christmas, almost Christmas Day. I heard like a moaning sound coming from the house that we lived in that my grandpa died in. My dad's dad died in.
Uh-huh.
I heard moaning, I heard chains dragging and everything else. And I'm sitting here thinking, what the hell's going on?
Someone was having a good time.
Yeah, well, it wasn't, no. And I just kept hearing it. And then I heard my voice, like I heard someone say, Amanda. And I woke up, I'm like, what the fuck? I went and woke up my dad, and my dad was pissed at me. It was just like, it was weird. It felt really weird.
So okay, so you were at a house that your grandfather passed away in, correct?
Yeah, we were living there. Yeah.
You were living there. And you experienced something. You said you heard voices, you heard chains rattling. Am I missing anything else from what she said? Because I got one person here. She's wanting to come on next, but she says she's not sure she wants to.
It's just it to me. And then that whole entire house was creepy to me, and I'll explain why. There was one room there was 2 rooms I would not go in. I would not go into the room my dad was sleeping in, and when I would not go down in the basement. Because in the basement, there was like this room, and it had a door, and it had bars on the window. And that was what creeped me out the most. I would not go down in that basement.
And what did you see down in the basement?
I didn't see anything. It was like, so it was a room and it had bars on it. Like it was, because I think the house was built in 1970 in some way. I don't know when.
Hang on. Wait. There was a room with bars on it? Like bars on
Yes.
the window? Bars on
Yeah.
the window.
Yeah.
Okay. Did the house used to belong to Dracula or something? Why the fuck would they have bars on the
I
window?
don't know. I have no idea. But I just know like that was the 2 rooms I wouldn't go in was the one that my grandfather died in, which was where my dad was sleeping at, because I didn't like being in there, and the basement. Those were the 2 rooms I didn't go down. I didn't like being down in. I still don't like being down in basements these days, and there's a story behind that. But those are the 2 rooms I would not go down.
Why won't you? Can you explain why you won't go down to the basements, or do you not want to?
It involves back in early years, basically, with my kid's dad.
Okay, that's all you had to say. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Yeah, we don't need to broadcast that. So,
and like I said, I still don't like going down to basements these days, but I just felt something. I knew I felt my grandfather in my dad's room because at the time I didn't know what I was feeling because I was still brand new to all this that was going on and everything else. So
Weird.
yeah.
That
And the
is
funny
weird.
part is, like, a year after, that room almost caught on fire.
How did it
Completely.
catch on fire?
There was a plug-in that they had the air conditioner on, and it was a plug-in, and it started. I guess it got too hot to the point where it almost set on fire. But this house was on 11th and Enos, so I don't know if them two might have connected in a way.
Uh-huh.
It was like on East Enos Street, all the way down. So it was like, there's 11th, there's Enos, and there was a house, like 2 houses.
Highway. That's so weird. The house sold, I take it?
The house got demolished.
The house got demolished because of the fire, sounds like.
No, the house got demolished because it's starting getting to the point where we got evicted from it because my uncle owned it. We got evicted from it, and he couldn't keep up on any of the repairs. So when the city took over it, they demolished it because it was not worth saving.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
That is so weird. I got some people who are asking for email. Here you go. You can email if you don't want to come on, like you're busy or something like that, or you're fucking Skeletor who gave us a bullshit excuse. I know you're bullshitting. There's email you can send your stories to. So, all right. So Anastasia also says she's got one.
Okay, I will hop off now and let her explain hers.
Oh, you can stay if you want.
Nah, I'm gonna go back and sit and watch Cops while I'm watching this. So.
Crops.
She loves to watch old episodes of Cops.
Oh, Cops. Cops.
COPS, Tyler, not COCKS.
Yeah. Let's see. Skeletor says he's got something. This one I want to hear next. What if it's something that happened to you? Because I have a story that y'all probably won't believe. I want Anastasia, hop in. I want to hear it. I want to hear this. We want to hear this. And Brent's talking about the Death Indian. What's a Death Indian? Jay, you ever heard of Death Indian?
It depends on your spiritual belief.
Death Indian. What is that? Okay. I will let me find a link or something.
You're gonna have to send her a link to come.
I said, Anastasia, I sent you a link on Messenger. Darren says, I've been scratched by a ghost, pulled by a ghost. I have asked the spirit to do something, and the bat flew into the house we were investigating. Darren, I want to go ghost hunting with you. What team is he with? Is that Sugar Creek?
No.
Damn.
It's not mine.
Yeah, you got Sugar Creek. That's right. I want to go ghost hunting with Darren. That's for sure. Let's see. Not yet. All right. I'm waiting to see this email from Mo, I guess you could say, and I'm also waiting to see a supposed email from Skeletor. So I guess they're emailing. We'll bring you guys on if you want. Hey, Casey, if you guys want to talk about whatever scary shit you have seen, maybe you've seen a ghost, alien, maybe you've experienced something that you can't explain, come on, you can talk about it. We'll bring you on so you can. With that said, here's your next person up. Here is Anastasia.
Okay.
All right, so what
I
happened?
went to the basement so we can have a little less echo. So my mom can verify this story. When I don't know exactly how old I was, but I was very young, like under 5 years old. I was living in my first ever house. How the house worked is there was living room, kitchen, bedroom, bathroom. But between the bedroom and bathroom, there was no way to go through, so it was solid wall. If you wanted to go to bedroom to the bathroom, had to go all the way around, and vice versa. I was in the living room. I went into the bedroom and came out of the bathroom. I walked through a wall. Mind you, my mother and my father, actually, both my parents, thought they just saw things. So my mom said, hey, told my dad to, watch me. They watched me walk into the bedroom, walk through the wall again, and come out of the bathroom.
So wait. Okay, hang on. So you in the old house you used to live in, you walked through the bedroom and
Through
came
a wall.
out through a wall. Was there a hole in the wall, or this was a solid wall?
Solid wall. You can ask her. She's on YouTube right now. You can ask her for her confirmation because this is true.
Can you walk through the vault at my bank?
I wish.
need a few,
I wish.
I need a
have
few
never
$1 million.
done it since, though.
According to Connie, she
Yeah,
said
they didn't exactly see, but I'm pretty dang certain I walked through a wall twice. I have never done that since, though.
And it never happened again. Never since.
Never happened again. No.
How old were you?
Oh, I don't remember.
You also talked to Ghost.
I had to be. Yeah, I also talked to Ghost. I don't remember exactly how old I was.
You know what? That's a good point. When the hell were you going to tell us you're an X-Man? You're a mutant.
Oh, around 4. Okay.
Isn't there an X-Man?
Apparently, I was around 4 years old.
Okay, so she was around 4 years old. So I have never heard of this, walking through a solid wall.
Mm-hmm.
You walked through it twice.
Twice. Yeah.
Twice.
Maybe there's a portal there somehow, or
I was thinking.
My mother always talked about how I was not. I don't know. There's weird stuff surrounding me in the womb and my birth, and there's a lot of weird stuff.
Wait.
I believe it.
What happened? What happened before?
So when my mother was pregnant with me, she saw orbs, like flying around her, like solid orbs floating around her. And just in general, like my mom said with the talking to ghosts, I actually could talk to ghosts and everything like that, and it was very weird. There was one story.
They say children are more sensitive to
Yeah,
that.
children are sensitive. And your mom's saying right now it actually happened to like 3 other times.
Yeah, it's. She's always said that there's probably some reason that I'm here on Earth. Obviously, everyone has a reason that they're on this planet, but she definitely thinks that I'm probably otherworldly and stuff for her.
Hi, Casey.
Yeah, I am a weird person, apparently. But I could do all of that stuff when I was young, and I could still have some memory of it.
So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
You might be a medium.
That's what I'm thinking.
Have
That's what we're thinking.
You don't do it anymore, but have you ever thought about trying to channel that? Maybe you can make it better or more powerful so that way you could channel that?
I haven't really thought about that, but that does sound like something, because she says that I definitely have a gift that I should tap into. So it could be. I could be a medium.
Do you walk into anywhere and I don't know how to describe this.
feel something.
Get a
That you've
sense where he
never
feel
been
it.
there before.
Oh, deja vu. I get deja vu a lot, oddly enough. Especially when I was younger, I got it a lot. And even now, I still get deja vu pretty often.
Can you feel somebody staring at you?
Oddly enough, yeah. I can feel when someone stares at me.
So have you ever walked into a room and you physically can't see anybody, but you know someone's there?
Sometimes, yeah, it has happened a few times. I just never really was out there for it, but I felt something odd. And I just was like, no, we're gonna not go in there. I can't remember the exact times, but
See, she's a medium, and I'm an extra, 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 extra large.
Oh, shut up! Yeah. Big womp womp.
the or with them, depending on the interaction, gives them reason for incarnation. Yeah, that could be, yeah.
Okay, so your mother is Connie. She says you also have abductees in the family. Are we talking like?
Oh, that I didn't
extraterrestrial?
know. That I didn't know. But they're not telling me.
Are we talking extraterrestrial? So
Yeah, probably from what I'm thinking, yeah. More than
your
likely.
aunt was abducted. Is she home or is she anywhere near you? Because I want to hear this.
I can go upstairs, yeah. I can go upstairs
Yeah,
and
I
look
want
at
to
it.
hear this. Maybe.
Obviously, I'm not going to show her on camera. She does not like being on camera, but I can let her talk to y'all.
Shouldn't have to be on camera. No, not at all.
Yeah. Hey, Mom, you're going to talk to these people. But you're not going to put on camera.
You're going to do it whether you like it or not.
Okay.
Let me
You're going to do it up here, apparently.
Let me go get my mother real quick. She will explain what happened to you. Hang on, she's a little shy. One second. Hey, Mom, you're on camera.
You might want to mute that.
Hear the echo on that one.
Yeah. All right, so
She's going to have to turn her volume down.
So I'm here now by her.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. Before we continue, can you turn your volume down on
whatever you're watching us
Yeah, I
on?
thought you muted it. I guess it didn't mute. Something didn't mute.
All right.
Okay. That.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
So, go ahead. Time is yours.
Okay. Well, I've had weird things happen when I was younger. Mainly, well, with Anna, I was never supposed to have her. Okay, they told me when I was a kid that I would never have children, and she popped up when I was 38 years old. Now, she's not supposed to be here. Me and her are supposed to be dead because my doctors had confirmed that I wasn't supposed to survive it, but I did. But anyway, when the doctor he gave me a C-section, he told me you had been pregnant several times already, but I didn't put the link in together with that. I hadn't talked to my sister. You know, we were never together when we were kids, and I told you on weird frequencies that she was a part of MUFON. And
you told us that on the show before, yes, on weird frequency.
Right. And she'd probably go kill me if I did.
I promise you ain't gonna hear this.
She was an abductee, but she didn't have any of the weird, painful testing or anything like
So
that.
she didn't get probed.
Right.
She didn't get probed.
But when
Then she remembers.
Right. She is in the studies with MIT and Harvard. She's in the books. So It's not something that she just made up. She was also married to a doctor and all that, so she's perfectly sane.
She's
She said the first time that she remembered, they were at a beach with some friends, and she said she was going to go up to the hotel, grab a sweater, and come back down. Well, she said that when she came back down, her husband and a friend said, "Where have you been? You have been gone for hours." And so when she done the regression, she found out that this little gray alien came out and asked her if she wanted to see the truth behind God or spirituality. And she says, "Yes, I do." So she says she went with him, and she says what she saw was undescribable. But then she said when she started remembering more after regressions, they used to come into her room and try to teach her things like how to manipulate orbs. And then she also told me later on that her kids were also abducted. Well, when me and her started talking, I started talking about my experiences. And she says, "You've probably been an abductee and you don't remember it."
That is so weird. So
Yeah.
she was on a beach. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm just trying to catch up with you. Kind of like a recap. She was on a beach, and then the gray alien came up and asked her, "Hey, you want to see the secrets of the universe?"
Definitely, yeah. Something like that.
And she's also been abducted multiple times before. Her kids have also been abducted before.
Right.
Okay, go ahead and continue.
That's about it. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on, but I'm not going to do that more.
You're saying there's a possibility that you were abducted too?
Right. When I told her about, like, when they took Anna out, they said that you've been pregnant several times before. And I had no idea that I've been pregnant before or had miscarriages or anything like that, but he verified that I've been pregnant several times before. I probably didn't carry to term, of course. And then she's talking about the orb. She thought that was when I was born, or when she was born. It was
more you were pregnant.
No, I wasn't pregnant. I was a kid. And these orbs, blue orbs, came around my room, and they were going in a circle. And then one of them broke off, came up to me, and it turned into a face on the inside. And I could describe the face completely. And I could see it lips moving like it wanted to talk to me. And of course I was a kid, so I threw the covers over my head, like that's going to protect me. But after a while I got so hot that I, peeked out and they were gone.
So my question is the doctor told you that you couldn't have kids, yet you without help, and you were able to have Anastasia, and you both shouldn't be here. Do you believe that might possibly be because of the aliens?
I don't know.
That might be able to explain how she walked through a wall.
Right. When she done that, the first time, what happened, I was like, no, I just didn't see her come out of that bedroom door. I was like, no, I wasn't watching or whatever. And she was just going back and forth like she always does. The second time she done it, I was watching the door, and she came out of the kitchen, and I'm like, how in the hell did you do that? So when Lenny came home, I asked him, I said, Lenny, when she goes through that bedroom door, you watch her. He's like, okay. So we watched her. She went in that bedroom door, and she came out the damn kitchen. And I'm like, what the hell? I can't explain it.
Anastasia, I need you to seriously focus and practice, because I know the perfect bank, and nobody. The government's not going to believe that.
Let the others.
Hey, and I want to ask a question real quick.
What's up?
Your mom, she mentioned she was on a beach.
No, my sister.
What?
Her
My sister.
Your sister was on the beach. Okay.
No.
What beach was that? It wasn't like Long Beach, was it?
She was in Florida. I don't know the exact beach.
Somewhere in
It
Florida.
was in Florida.
I'm gonna guess near the damn Bermuda Triangle.
Maybe.
Doesn't it start at like Miami or some shit?
Near Miami, I think.
With the ghost part, well, how I knew she was talking with ghosts was one time I used to work nights, so I would come in and I would sleep days. And when I pulled back the covers, there was like dirt in there, just like a fine grit dirt. So I would have to take the stuff off, and we kept doing it. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I thought it was the dog or something. And so I didn't let the dog in one time, and I came back, it was still doing it. And Anna came in, and she's like, what are you doing, Mom? And I said, well, I keep having dirt in my bed. And she says, oh, that's Steven. And I'm like, who the hell is Steven? She says, it's somebody I talked to. It's Steven doing it. And I said, well, you tell that little dirt devil I'm going to banish his ass. And it stopped.
You
Yeah.
ghost. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I used to watch her and tell her, I said, Anna, I says, I know that you're speaking to people that are not there. And I know they're not imaginary. And I said, you tell me if they ever try to tell you to do something bad. And she says, no, not usually. A lot of times I just hear them giggling. I'm like, okay, but you tell me if they ever try to, tell you to do something bad.
See, there's a
She never
Bermuda
did.
Triangle. How close it is to the tip of Florida there.
Yeah, they have them. So I'm just like,
Okay, well, we're going to let you guys go because I got a couple more stories that are popping off the chat room, and I think there's a couple more people that.
Thank you for sharing, though.
Yes, thank you for
oh, no
sharing that.
problem,
That was
guys.
incredible.
You're welcome.
It's the weird stuff.
Uh-huh.
All right, thanks a lot, Anastasia.
Oh, no problem, guys.
Hang on, man. I'm sorry, I'm messing with somebody here. All right, that's you. Dude, that is fucking weird. Cooley, marry that woman. If she harnesses that power and remembers how to do it, marry her. All right, so I got a couple more here. There's a few that
Ravens.
Yeah. So Raven, when I was making a flight back to the mainland, I spotted an aircraft that was blue and it kept following me behind me at my 5 o'clock. Then it suddenly flew past me and took off straight into the air. And then this one here is really interesting too. Then there was the weird lights and sounds we heard on the oil rig 4 years ago. Sound like an orchestra underwater, and in Dutchman also, because didn't they have a thing this past summer?
They had a couple incidents on the rig where they kept losing lights and some of their walkie-talkies weren't working. Because remember, they started relaying through us through their internet.
Yeah, that was really weird. Just really weird. So Lay here's got one too. So when I was super sick, which is like all the time, it is worse when I'm in the hospital. I was full dead asleep and would be talking out loud, and I would wake up myself by hearing myself talking, and sometimes it would be with my hands. One of the times I had a butter knife in my hands, and when I was talking to myself in my sleep, so when I responded, I was like going to kill them for making me what? Lay, would you like to come on and explain this? This is weird. This is weird. So Tokyo Mo messaged earlier and said she had a story, but she's currently cooking. I want Darren to come on because Darren sounds like he'd be awesome to have on. We sent the email a few days ago, so that way that people could message. So this is what she says. When I was 8 years old in Hokkaido, we saw what we thought was an actual bear in Japan. However, this was much Bubba, this is right up your alley. Here, listen to this. It was much taller and larger than anything we'd ever seen. It walked out of the woods. It was, this sounds like Bigfoot. Walked out of the woods. It was brown. I remember the smell was horrible, almost like putrid or rancid meat. And it walked up and stood right in front of me and my best friend, Yumi. I noticed how tall and masculine it was. I noticed its face was deeply chiseled. We didn't know what to think of it. It stared at us for about what seemed like eternity, and then it just suddenly turned and walked away. At that point, my friend Yumi, she decided to take off running. This thing heard her movement, turned and roared at us, almost like something out of a horror movie, and I ran as well. What's even more scary is the fact that we found out there was a second one that was standing right behind us. Wow.
That's definitely
there's two of them.
Bigfoot,
and as soon as we started running, we almost ran to it. We had to stop, change directions, and then run. We thought maybe we'd come across a family of whatever this was, but I have never been able to understand what that thing could have been. Some people suggest Bigfoot. It's hard to tell. My friend Yumi still says that they hear reports every once in a while in Hokkaido about this stuff. Wow. That is crazy. All right, so Lay's going to come on here in a minute. Let me send Lay a link. You guys got any stories? What about you guys in the cast? We heard from everybody else. You guys are awfully quiet. What the hell?
I mean, I have kind of a story.
Let's hear your story.
When I was younger, I was actually in a foster home because me and my dad did not get along at all.
Okay.
And it was in Springfield. And at this house, there was two things that happened. One was like, you remember the old boom boxes?
Yeah.
And so it's cassette tape, and you're listening to a tape. Sometimes you got to rewind. And I was just trying to rewind like a song or two. And then so I hit the stop button and then went to go hit the play button. But the play button pushed itself before I could do it. Which is the first weird thing. And then the second, there was in the living room there was a chair, and they had like a little Chihuahua dog.
Oh, I hate those little fuckers.
A couple times it would go up to this chair, and it would act like it was sniffing someone's leg. It wasn't right. The dog wasn't right up to the chair. It was just back a little bit, like someone's leg would have been there, you know. And it would sniff up and down this leg, take a few steps back, and then just start barking like hell at this chair when there was nobody sitting there.
Muscle memory?
So, what's that?
Could have been muscle memory.
Oh.
Chihuahuas aren't the smartest.
I know Sage has got one about the Snapchat he took once.
Oh yeah. I've got that picture of something weird in my goddamn room.
And then me and Jay, we got like some of the ghost hunting shit we've been through. My sister, she wanted to come on, but she can't. She's got to get up early. Now I remember this. Like. This was like a couple of years ago. This was back in 2021. My nephew was like 2 years old. And they kept saying, my sister has always said her house is haunted. And she said it really picked up, it seemed, after my grandparents died. And we never really believed, it was hard to believe it because, you know, you've always got those people who sit there and say, oh, this is haunted, that's haunted, stuff like that. That's Zach Bagans. You got to be skeptical. But she sent this in There is another clip I know my sister has that you could hear someone's voice that sounds like my grandmother. But this was sent in. She just sent this one in. This is something she recorded when my nephew was like 2 years old and asleep. So hang on. Here it is.
Oh, before he was kicking you in the balls.
Yeah, before he's kicking me in the balls. What the hell's that? You see that? What's that?
Did that start his head?
Yeah. That doesn't even. That just looks like it comes up from his head and just. Yeah, that's an orb if I've ever seen one. I think, and I'm not a big believer in orbs.
Yeah, orbs are so difficult to try to judge.
Well, they say orbs are balls of energy, which is technically what a spirit is energy. So
Looks like it comes from back behind his head, and then you don't even see it come in the frame. It's just like it's leaving. Yeah, that is so weird.
That is weird.
My
But
sister says,
I was
sorry. I'll let you
What's
finish.
your
Let me hang on. For context, he had been fussy. We heard him walking in his room. But how is he walking in his room when he's in his crib?
Yeah, that's weird.
All right, go ahead, Sage. Sorry.
I was digging a little bit more into what Anastasia and them were talking about with the abductions and such, and in Palm Beach, Florida, between the years of 74 and 78, there was a lot of reported abductions, and declassified documents from Project Blue Book talked about alien abductions, supposedly, and medical exams that had been done afterwards with crude pregnancy tests. So there was supposedly alien abductions down there in Palm Beach, Florida, between 74 and 78.
We heard footsteps, not him walking. Well, your last text said it was him walking, sis. Yeah, Palm Beach had a lot of that shit going on. All right, so we have Lay here with us. How are you doing, Lay?
I'm doing. How are you guys?
Doing good. She's going to give us the rundown of what her message was that she'd sent. And I got to view this video that Skeletor says happened to a friend of his. So go ahead, Lay. Take it away.
So there's been several times I've been in the hospital and been, it's probably because I'm drugged out of my mind and they're like, oh yes, we're going to keep you comfortable. Well, I'll talk in my sleep and it's never to anybody. Nobody's ever in the room. And it's usually to me. And like, I started noticing that it was, conversations being had from me, through me, to me. And I was like, I'm going to get you before you all get me. So I kept a butter knife. And one of the times I woke myself up, I had a butter knife and was like, this isn't going to happen. And my boyfriend was in the room and he's like, who are you talking to? And I was like, I have no idea. Like, not you. I'm not threatening you. I promise. But I did have a very crazy moment. I'm actually on the same pills I am now. And he's like, you're talking a lot in your sleep. And I'm like, why don't you catch this, who I'm talking to? That way, we can know. Because it's creepy.
So are you saying,
creepy.
Are you saying like you hold different conversations in your sleep?
Yes. Yeah, I hold different conversations in my sleep. When I was younger, I used to sleepwalk and talk as well. One of the times was really scary. I was having like a bad dream, the same bad dream every day, and I didn't sleep for a week straight. Was getting nosebleeds because I wasn't sleeping. I thought my house was going to burn down and 2 people were going to die in it. And I thought it was going to be me and my brother and my mom. And it came out, it was one of my best friends and the 2 kids she was sleeping. She ended up dying in a house fire.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm never sleeping again.
So in a way, you're getting like weird premonitions.
Yeah.
where
Well, in the
you
hospital,
think
I don't
they're
know. I
about
don't know what the
yourself.
ones in the hospital are. The ones in the hospital are like, so what's up, bro? Like,
Yeah.
Hospitals always creep me out anyway.
a lot of people die at the hospital too, so you never know who you're channeling.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a different
Yeah.
person every time. And
Unfortunately, I always say I don't go to the hospital unless I'm dying, but everyone's situation is a little bit different.
yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm a medium, because Tyler's heard me talk about this before on our ghost walks, but there's just some things that for some reason I think I'm just sensitive to. Getting a padlock thrown at you will change a lot of things and how you fucking view. But he's seen it where we were standing in a room, the first ghost hunt we did in Havana Gym, and it wasn't cold. And all of a sudden I was like, dude, look down. And you can see my arms. And they were covered in goosebumps. And I wasn't cold, though. So I couldn't explain that one and just some of the things that have gone on. But when I go to hospitals, that always happens, no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I was saying in my sleep this morning, but he was like, you were talking and it was really creepy. And I was like, I'm sorry. Like,
what is it? Do you think maybe you're having like mini seances?
Maybe your third eye's opening?
so it could be like my inner self, like, hey, don't do that. You should be watching out for doing these things. Or I feel like it should be more of a spiritual. I should feel more spiritual after, it happens. But for some reason, I don't. I'm either scared something's gonna happen, like the house fire thing, and that's not been the only time that I've sorry, my tongue is dying. That's not been the only time that I've had a dream like that where my body was like something bad is gonna happen. And it's not only when I'm asleep. Like one time me and my buddy was driving around and he had his subs blasting, and I sat up out of nowhere and was like, cop. He turns him down and he was like, bitch, there ain't no cop. Cop flew right by us, and I was like, see, we'd go to jail right now. Like, but yeah, I mean, it's nothing really like that I tune into. I don't try to tune into it. I used to smoke weed just so I wouldn't tune into it because it's scary. Like, it's not something I want to hear. Like, go bug somebody else,
Unfortunately, that
you've got a special intuition, that's for sure.
Yeah,
you got that, and I get what you're saying. That could be kind of annoying and what's a proper word to use? Something you may not want to do,
but we're born to do.
But yeah, like I don't want to say it's like you're responsible. Hey, you got to do this and you got to help people out. But is there really a way to turn that off? Because you might just be a portal for others.
I feel like smoking weed dulls it down. It makes it not there. But which doesn't make sense because these Adivans make that shit there. Like these Ativan.
So
Ativan increases.
Ativan comes down, but Ativan kind of amps it.
Do what? Yeah, Ativan amps it. As soon as he comes back here, baby. What was I talking about in my sleep this morning?
I used to take Ativan.
I don't know if Susan's ever took an Ativan. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember.
Ativan would not be good for Susan's head.
No, I don't think so.
No, Ativan's like it's supposed to be an anxiety pill, and it does not chill me out.
Do you notice anything else that will either raise or lower that feeling?
Um, I think as it gets closer to a full moon, like we're on a full moon tonight,
We're on
and I
super moon tonight.
yeah,
I
I feel
thought
like
it was officially
I
tomorrow.
feel like the closer we get to it,
Yeah.
then the more it happens. Yesterday, I tried to like eat some gummies with how I was feeling because I was like, surely this will work, and then I was just overly high. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking die. This is great. like, but the anxiety pills, they like for the anxiety pills, they gave me Narcan, and I was like, what is this? They was like, that's Narcan, and I was like, for what? And it was like, oh, this is for the Ativan, and I was like, okay, like who overdoses on this shit?
I don't know anymore.
Right. I take like a half a gram of it and that's all it takes is a half a gram to make me audible when I'm asleep.
So I got another question. If the moon cycle can really amp it up, what about in certain situations where, like in astrology, when they talk about when planets will align, will that also ramp too? Or
I'm sure that the planet alignment does too. Like, depending on what your planets are, then you're going to be more susceptible to what's going on in the world. I feel like I'm an Aquarius, and we feel the universe pretty well. So I'm fucked. Yeah. But yeah, I have this app that actually tells me everything, like literally everything I need to know. It's called Huros, Huros. If you guys ever want to look into it for yourself, and it tells you I do have sleep apnea.
Okay.
Me too.
But I don't wear. I wear oxygen. I don't wear a machine. And it's the talk sleeping has been happening since I was like 11, 12. That I can remember. My mom said I used to sleep talk, or not sleepwalk.
I was going to say, with all the sleep talking, have you also slept walk? But
yep. Used to sleepwalk when I was younger. It stopped at a certain age. I ended up getting leg surgery done, so I think that's a lot of why it stopped. But
so you had restless leg syndrome or anything like that?
No, I had a bone deformity from the time I was born. It was called valgus deformity at my knee. My knees went toward my other knee and out from the knee, kind of like not kneed, but hella worse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you recall dreaming a lot?
Do I like recall what my dreams are? Not any like dreams. It's usually when I'm waking up and talking to people. That's the most I can remember, and not even people. Like, for instance, one time I wasn't in school anymore, and I went and I was the only person in my house. I went and I laid down in my mom's room, and she had one of those old school clocks that had the digital numbers, and you had to press the button for an alarm to turn off. Right. In my dream, somebody's like, Kimberly, you got to wake up. Kimberly. No, but not a lot of people at the time called me by the name Kimberly. And I'm like, why? Why do I have to wake up? And they're like, it's 2:30. Wake up. I sat straight up, looked at the clock. The clock said 2:30. I was like, what the fuck? Because it actually said the time and it was real. And I was like, so it scared me. And then as I'm walking by the front door, there was like, somebody's here. That was the main part. Before I woke up, so there was like, somebody's here. I was like, nobody's here. So I got up, and as I'm walking by my front door, somebody knocks on my front door. I about shit a brick because, somebody is knocking on my right. So I opened the door, and it's my sister, and I was like, bitch, have you been here for a while? And she was like, no. I was like, that's your first time knocking. She's like, yeah. I was like, get in the house. Get in the fucking house right now. Like,
it was wild. I'd shit a brick, especially if somebody called me Kimberly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I jumped back, had a heart attack, and she was like, "No, it's just me, making sure you're okay." I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." She was like, "You want a beer?" I was like, "Yes, I do."
Fucking beer, give me some shots, man.
Shit.
Fuck,
So
yeah, I need to fucking figure out just what happened.
All right, hang on a minute. Before you guys continue on, I've been watching this video that Skeletor sent in that he's claimed he's been firing off in the chat saying this happened to his friend Quentin. Skeletor, is this video? Is this the video you're talking about? The card of the video literally says it entered my room. It's from a channel called Strange But True Stories. Is this the video you're talking about? Like, is this it? Is this what supposedly happened to your friend Quentin? Okay, he says yes, that's the video. Okay, we'll get to it here in a little bit after we get done with Lay here. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lay. You can continue.
Oh no, you're fine. That's pretty much about it. I mean, I have weird shit happen a lot of the time. Like him this morning, he was literally like, "You were talking a lot. I don't know about what, but it was a lot."
Wow.
You need to record one of your sessions, like
Of
one of your
sleeping.
sleep things.
You want to talk about
and just
about mine with Cesar,
Oh yeah,
where I fucking was having a dream I was yelling at him and woke up.
yeah.
Only standing over him yelling at him.
Do you remember what I was saying this morning?
I don't.
Because you were like, you said I was talking crazy. He had his own dream where he was like, my brother was like 8 at the time, and like I always had my brother. I'd go and pick him up for my mom's house, and he'd stay the night with us because his school was right down the road from us. My boyfriend had a dream that he was screaming at my brother, and when he woke up, he was actually standing over my brother, screaming at him on the floor. And I was like, why? He doesn't know why still to this day. He just knows that it was something that he woke himself up and was like, what the fuck?
And I used to sleepwalk all the time when I'd sleep somewhere new. Like at Tawny's, I put up all their.
He stole all their
ornaments
Christmas
off the tree
tree
and put 'em around the
decorations
house.
and would put them in different places in the house, like the oven. And
That's super crazy, but I mean, super interesting at the same time. So it'd be cool if you could record one night what
he
you're
doesn't-
saying and make sure
Yeah.
you know you're actually saying real words and not like speaking in tongues or anything.
Right, yeah. I had this TV. Yeah, okay, so and this is way before the Paranormal Activity movies came out. But I had this TV. It was an old push knob TV. I had 2 knobs, one to turn it on and the other one to turn it for volume and
The changes channels and
Yep.
all that shit. Yeah.
So one night I had a lamp that was all fucked up too, but I'll get to that. The TV, it was talking, and like, but you couldn't understand it. You got real close to it, to where the speaker was, and it was just nothing. It was a men's voices, and you just couldn't understand exactly what they were saying, no matter how close you got. And when you unplugged it, it still made the same noise. And I was like, okay, I'm selling this TV ASAP. Sold the TV. I sold the TV for $10. Fuck you, haunted TV.
Are you sure your TV was haunted? You didn't just see a Decepticon symbol on the TV?
I'm pretty sure I would have smashed that TV.
I was 11. I'm pretty sure I was sure at the time that motherfucker was haunted. Like I was like, it ain't me. Gotta be you. I had this lamp that you push it, the button in one way to turn it on, and you push the button the other way to turn it off. Right? No flip, no turn knob, nothing. This lamp was like on, off, on, off, on, off. And I was like, no, this isn't it. Unplugged it. And motherfucker still click, 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 click. I was like, ah. It went in the trash. We broke it and it went in the trash.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Lay. Well, we're going to let you go, and we're going to get to a few more stories. We got a few more things to cover, too.
All right. Well, it was nice talking with you guys. I don't know how to get out of this.
I can remove you.
Okay.
That's all right. We know how to kick you.
Okay.
We're going to kick you out like that. And then you want to hit the little button down the bottom where it says leave studio, Lay. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate you.
Dude, that is so weird. It sounds like almost multiple personalities talking in her sleep. That's fucking weird.
I really hope she gets a recording for us.
I hope she does too. We got another email that just came in. a short while ago. Then I guess we'll get to Skeletor's video, which is really fucking weird. As a kid, the person sending this email is wanting to be anonymous, I guess. As a kid, we moved into my grandparents to help them. As their health failed, my 2 aunts moved in. We always had cousins staying too. After my grandpa passed, we would hear footsteps upstairs. The upstairs had 3 bedrooms. My room was the middle room. My mom's room was the right room. And the bedroom to the left of was storage, and you couldn't get in that room unless you moved the boxes out. Okay, so the way she's got it described, the way this person has it described is their room was in the middle, their mom's room was on the right, and the bedroom on the left was storage. And you couldn't get into the storage because there was so much stuff in the way. The footsteps you would hear sounded like old, thick, soled shoes my grandfather would wear. The footsteps only happened before a death, like the night before my grandma passed, or a bad family event like a car accident. The crazy thing is the footsteps would walk laps through all 3 upstairs rooms. We all thought it was my grandfather watching after us. Oh, damn. And then Chloe here says her friend Miranda was abducted by aliens and says they are friendly as hell and that they are blue and there are some humanoid ones too. Okay. Does Miranda want to come on and explain that to us? All right, so we heard from Bubba and we heard from Sage on his haunted experiences.
You heard from me?
Oh, did you ever get a chance to talk?
I just you guys already know my story. I think I got a little issues here, but I mean, I just think it's probably my dad fucking around. And I showed you the picture last year or something like that.
Yes, you did.
Because the house was empty, and I took the Snapchat photo, and I caught that Snapchat image that was really weird.
You don't by chance have that photo handy so we can show listeners in here, do you?
I probably still have it here. It's going to take me a minute to find it, though.
Okay, so there you go. There's the person who sent the email. It was Corey. Corey's the one who sent the email. That is crazy, Corey. That is absolutely crazy. Well, while we're waiting for Sage, Jay, have you ever had any other experiences besides what you and I have experienced on a ghost hunt?
Oh, I've had a few. Let's see. When I think I was around 10, I was staying over at my cousin's house, and where they lived at I wasn't 10. It was older than that. Probably around 13, but they lived right next to Oak Ridge Cemetery. And yeah, so it was kind of weird the first night staying over. Didn't think much of it, other than just being creepy and wondering how the hell people could live next to a cemetery. Well, they kept telling me this story that the neighborhood kids had told them when they moved in, but they had never experienced it and this and that. And it was about, just hearing a kid giggling or laughing like they're playing outside, nothing big to it, right? But you're in a neighborhood, so who's to say you're not hearing it from the next block, or you're not hearing it from, next door, and the kid's just outside and they're running inside or something like that. So I didn't pay it no attention. Well, that night when we went to bed, all of a sudden I swore I could hear somebody, a little kid laughing. But when I kind of woke up out of this dream and light sleep or whatever, I'm trying to figure out, well, what kid would be laughing and joking right now? It's got to be one of my cousins or something fucking with me. So I get up and I see my cousins and they're asleep. And I go downstairs and my aunt and my uncle, they're asleep. And then I hear it again. And this time I can hear it clear as day. It's outside. Well, like I said, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And this is what freaked me out. And this is when I actually learned about the witching hour. Because I remember looking over and seeing their, okay, I'm going to show my age, VCR. People are probably like, what the fuck is VCR? But the VCR, it said 3 o'clock on it. I was like, what the fuck? So I open up the door and I hear it again. This time it sounds like it's right down the street. So I look, and of course, where I heard it, and you look over down that street, it's just, there's this one street light above that intersection where it tees off. And the light comes down and you can see that, but beyond that is the fence and then the cemetery. Well, because of that light, as soon as you get beyond that fence, it's pitch black. You can't see. And all of a sudden I heard that, come play with us.
Ooh.
And it's on the other side of that fence. I remember thinking, nope. I went back inside and was like, fuck that. I went upstairs. I laid back down. I was like, this has got to be a dream. I'm going to wake up. Didn't happen. So I literally lay down. No, I did not go back to sleep. I laid there forever. And I was waiting to hear that giggling and laughing again. Never did. So they start to finally scurry and, wake up in the morning as daylight's coming up. I told them what happened. And they start laughing. I was like, I knew you guys wouldn't believe me. Well, they told one of their friends, what was it? Rodney. Rodney lived across the street, and he was one of them that told them about the supposed neighborhood ghost. And when they told him, all of it, he wasn't laughing. They were laughing. And he was like, hey, man, come on, I want to show you something. Like, where are we going? It's like, we're going to go over to the fence. So we go over to the fence, and, of course, he climbs up and over. I climb up and over. Donnie, Derek, my cousins, they come with. And we literally only have to walk like 50 feet inside this fence. And he goes, what do you notice? And I'm looking around, and, the gravestones aren't sitting up. They're all laying down. They're flat. I was like, well, they're all laying down. He goes, no, what do you notice? I was like, I don't know. They're flat. He goes, look at the dates. And when you look at the dates, these are all young people. It literally is the kids section where kids are buried in Oak Ridge Cemetery.
Holy shit.
That freaked me the fuck out. So I was hearing, come play with us.
Damn. That is fucking weird. All right. So for those who are wondering about the photo that we keep referencing with Sage had his Snapchat filter out one night, and I was just taking pictures of the old place for it before they left his old house.
No, this is whenever we first got it back, and we hadn't moved anything in except for a light.
This is the weirdest thing, because if you look at this photo, it's obviously a Snapchat filter, and you'll understand why. But there's nothing. It's one of those filters supposed to put a funny thing on you. There's nothing there. Look at this. Nothing. That filter would only come on if there was a face, if the camera recognized a facial structure right around there. There's nothing. And this was shortly after your father died?
Yeah, right after he killed himself.
Damn. Nope. We got an email just came in. Jay, you might love this. So about 1971, I was walking past my grandmother's house, who happened to live just a few blocks down from St. Louis Cemetery number 1. If you know what St. Louis Cemetery number 1 is, it is one of the oldest cemeteries in New Orleans. I was walking down one night, heading back to my mother's house, walking along the fence line, where I noticed there was somebody on the other side of the fence line that was walking next to me. This person was very tall, very slender, and was all dressed in black. I couldn't get a good look at who they were. Their face was almost blacked out. I eventually turned to face this person, and this person turned to face me. They were dressed in a very old Victorian era style hat, trench coat, and glasses with red blazing eyes. I remember feeling as though I was stuck in some type of trance, like a deer in a headlight situation. And this was a year after I had lost my arm. And I remember just feeling as though I had this fight or flight situation, and I chose instead to run. What's even more horrifying is I remember seeing out at the last minute this person jump the large fence, which was at least 10 feet tall, and suddenly hover in the air coming after me. I ran all the way home, got to my front door, started vomiting, and finally ran inside the house. What's more is a couple days later, a young lady was attacked outside of that cemetery near the same location I was at, and she claims that whatever it was grabbed her and drug her into the cemetery and drug her in deep where she was found. I swear to this day, and I know you guys won't believe me because of all the shit that me and Jerome have went through and done, I swear that was not a ghost, that was a vampire. Signed, Fred. That's fucking crazy. That's I thought it was a ghost for a minute, and all of a sudden he's talking about that shit. St. Louis Cemetery, where it's in New Orleans, he said, right? New Orleans. Yeah.
St. Louis Cemetery is one of the badass cemetery. It's a place I need to go. But down in New Orleans, they have not just ghosts, but voodoo and
oh yeah,
vampires. Oh damn it! There's a place down there, and the lady I believe was French, but somebody escaped, or there was a murder, and they found all kinds of horrors upstairs where she had chained people up and had, done
horse.
Not that horror, not horse.
Oh,
horror.
Fuck, got me excited.
And had some things going on, and they believe that she was possibly a vampire, and that's how she was staying young. Yeah, so St. Louis Cemetery has the voodoo queen in it. Make sure to leave her an offering.
Isn't that where most bodies are buried above ground due to the water table?
I can't remember. I know it was damaged during Katrina. Mary LaVue, that's what she's saying. That's what the Skeletor says it was. The ghostly Alphonse. I don't see anything about a vampire, but maybe that's what
Skeletor is talking about. Go back down.
Marie LaVue, the voodoo queen. Yeah. Maybe it was somebody. Maybe it was her that he saw, or maybe I don't know.
No, she's a voodoo queen. You keep your respect with her.
Well, yes, obviously. No. I'm not.
Don't fuck with her.
No,
she
I'm not.
May be so-called buried in that cemetery, but she will come after your ass.
Voodoo high priestess.
I will. I don't do it often with antagonize a ghost or a spirit. If I do it, it's because I'm really, really pissed off. Like when they throw shit at me. But there are some things I just don't do. If I think it's demonic, I don't fuck with it. If it's voodoo, I damn sure ain't fucking with it. I want to see it. I want to ask questions. I want to be there. But yeah, I ain't going to disrespect voodoo.
Listen to this. Dutchman says, the thing I forgot to leave out was the frigid cold I felt that night, and it was in the summer. I don't know what he experienced. I thought it was a ghost for a minute, but it sounds more like a vampire. I don't know.
See, like, none of that stuff scares me. Like, the whole, demonic stuff and all that. It just doesn't scare me at all. Like, Ellen thinks I'm weird for that, too. Like, she just doesn't understand why.
Like you don't
And I don't
believe in
understand
voodoo
why.
or anything like that?
I believe in voodoo. I believe in
I
that
mean,
shit. Oh yeah.
I can respect it. I'm just not scared of it at all.
See, in the paranormal teachings and everything that I've studied and read on, it's fucking with a ghost, whatever. But the demonic shit, it's said that if you fuck with it and the demonic spirit kills you, then it has control of your soul. And that's what spooks me out. You hear about spirits that are trapped for eternity because they're being tormented by a demonic spirit in a house that they died in or something like that. Fuck that noise.
But see, like if I'm dead, I don't care what has control of my soul or anything. Like,
well, if you're dead, you don't. I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue.
Bubba, are you an atheist?
Yes.
Okay, that's.
Well, I'm technically what they call agnostic.
Okay, you believe in something, but you're not sure.
No, I don't believe in that stuff, but I don't necessarily disbelieve it either.
See, what concerns me is, look, when you pass, I believe you do go on to somewhere else. I would rather it be chilling here and like looking after friends and family, or going to heaven where I can shoot guns and be happier.
That's my kind of goddamn heaven.
Hey, dude, my ideal heaven is
eat a medium rare steak,
a cabin in the woods, and some medium rare steak. Yeah, I'm good. That's heaven to me. But if you're telling me that a demonic spirit, if it happens to win over and kill me, and then I'm actively knowing and I'm a being, but just in spiritual form, and it's torturing me for all eternity, fuck that, damn it. Could you imagine it would put me in a room full of fucking... I'm going to be careful because Cooley just came here. Could you imagine if it put me in a room with fucking Kamala Harris for eternity? I would lose my shit.
Dude, what if you were the guy that got to shove pineapples up her ass for all of eternity?
No, dude, that's not. I don't want anything to do with that lady.
Good call.
Pineapple. It should be cactus.
Or
we
it
had to go
in the middle of the fucking House of Representatives and say, you got to stay here with all these politicians and you can't kill them. Dude, that's hell. That is absolute hell.
Oh, that is hell. That's horrible.
I gotta agree with Will Height there on that one.
So for those of you who are wondering, go ahead.
Bubba says that, but gets a visit from Baron Samadi. Oh shit.
Baron Samadi. That's what he means. Delphia is something is the one that tortured slaves. Okay. So for those of you who are wondering, if you have a scary story or a spooky story that's happened to you, we've heard quite a few. I mean, Anastasia had some good ones. Her mom had some good ones. Lay had some good ones. The one I like so far has been Dutchman's. Oh, you know what's really cool? Too. What's that?
Is they just brought back the entire the graphic novel that used to be split into several stories, but they brought it back in a hardbook graphic novel of was it Shel Silverstein that did it? I think it might have been
Necromancer.
Amazing. Amazing Stories to Tell in the Dark or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, they brought it back in a big ass novel, and it's got all the stories front to back. And I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, that's years of my childhood." And well, not really my childhood; it was younger than me, yeah.
All right,
but I mean, those were good shit. Amazing Stories to Tell in the Dark. Huh?
Oh, I was talking to Cooley.
It's not necessarily a scary story, but I was just gonna say every time I look at my sister, I mean that's a pretty scary
He went there.
All right, and you know what? He rarely gets a comedic shot off. I will give him that one. That was a good shot.
That was nice.
That was a good one.
Damn, Cooley.
Damn, he just fucking fired shots.
Comes in fire straight from the hip.
By the way, Cooley, I want to let you know Skeletor apologized to Anastasia like as soon as she popped in the show. So
Yeah, I just got off of work and I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw you guys were still alive. So as soon as I saw that, you know what I did. Here I am.
Well, of course we're still
Yes. Let's can we get to Skeletor's video?
all right, so this is what Skeletor said that Skeletor said this happened to a friend of his. I'm going to pull this up right now. This belongs on another YouTube channel, but I think the YouTube channel hasn't uploaded in a while. So he submitted this. According to Skeletor, he only told a few people about this. And it's fucking bizarre. This is a YouTube channel, Strange But True Stories. I'll go ahead and play it, and we'll hear what the story's about, and then we'll discuss it. All right?
True stories, tales from the light side, the dark side, and the other side. I'm Steve White. You know, there's been a lot of discussion ranging back many years about whether alien visitation and abduction is.
I'm going to fast forward and get to the actual story because it's like a ways right up here. I just said
for years. And to be honest, you're the first person I've ever told this to. I'm a little nervous about who will believe me, and that's why I have no desire to reveal my identity in this story. But what happened to me happened. I know it, and it still haunts me to this day. Back in 2012, I lived in a one-bedroom apartment. It was small and cramped, but it was cheap, which for a person who was working as a security guard and serving in the National Guard at the time was about all I could afford. It had a large enough kitchen, a decent-sized living room, and a small bedroom. In the bedroom was my bed, of course, and my computer desk, which had some blue LEDs built into it, so it kind of acted like a nightlight in a sense. I also believe in the right to bear arms, so I had several guns in my bedroom, including a shotgun, an AR-15 in the closet, and a pistol in the drawer next to my bed, just in case I ever had an issue and needed it.
Damn right.
I'm going to say right now, I like this man already. National Guard, a bunch of guns. Fuck yeah.
I don't know about
I lived
the
in a
whole
quiet
National
enough
Guard thing.
You go eat your crayon.
I will.
All right, here we go.
area, but one can never be too careful. It was January, and typical for that time of year, it was bitter cold. It was around 20 degrees, and a few inches of snow had fallen earlier in the day. When all of this started, it was just after midnight. I woke up and immediately felt something was weird. Something was off. I could sense something was wrong. I was laying on my back, for one thing, which was unusual. Normally, I'm a side sleeper, and I was all sprawled out on the bed. My arms were over my head, and my body was as stiff as a board. I did a quick mental assessment, and then I tried to sit up, but I couldn't. I felt like I was being forcefully held down. I could move my fingers and my hands and my feet, but I couldn't sit up. It was as if someone stronger than me was holding me down, sitting on my chest. Then I saw movement in the doorway. I could lift my neck off the pillow just enough to look past the end of my bed and see a creature standing in the doorway peeking in from the hall. It was a tall, gray creature. It slowly poked its head in the doorway. The light from the computer desk illuminated its skin, and that's when I could make out some of its features. It was tall, very tall. It almost looked like it was going to hit its head on the doorway. It had a very slender and thin body like a twig, skin and bones. Its head was light bulb-like, thin and pointy at the bottom and slowly got more rounded towards the top. It was wearing what seemed to be a black, shiny suit that reflected the light from the computer off it. Its mouth was small and looked more like a slit or cut, with its nose short and stubby. But the thing I remember were the eyes. Those eyes. God, those eyes. Black, dark, always fixed on me. I could see the reflection of the computer lights in the eyes. They never blinked. They never moved. They were just large and pitch black, sunken in. In fact, they didn't look like eyes at all. I was freaking out now. My breathing got faster and labored as I once again tried to sit up and get out of bed. I wondered, am I in a dream? I began to panic. I tried to scream, and that's when I felt it, this pressure. It felt like something had just laid on top of me, and for whatever reason, I couldn't force it up. I couldn't open my mouth. I could only breathe through my nose. It was as if my mouth was taped shut. I couldn't scream. I couldn't move. I was powerless. Then I felt like something was grabbing me by the throat, choking me, squeezing me as if to hold me down. I thought about trying to grab my gun on the bedside table, but any time I attempted to move, I couldn't. All I could do was wiggle a little. I looked back at the door and I saw the creature. It was entirely in the room now. It had a hand pointed towards me. Its fingers were long and thin and pointy, and I noticed they were covered up by the same material as the suit. And then I noticed a second one enter the doorway. It looked identical in every way. It was even the same height. It looked from the first alien and then aimed its eyes back to me. I wiggled more and more. I was trying to find any opportunity to get myself upright. It felt like the pressure on my right arm was beginning to let up, so I turned towards the nightstand. I was close to reaching for it. I tried to scream for help once, but I couldn't. I was close to reaching for it. I tried to scream for help once more, but I couldn't. I just needed a little more to get to the drawer, to open the drawer. But before I could move anymore, I caught a glimpse in my periphery. I turned to see this massive set of eyes right in front of my face. The creature was bent over and staring at me. I could see my face reflected in its deep, black eyes. It was like the abyss was staring back. My legs went numb. My body felt like pins and needles were stabbing me. Not just into my skin, but deeper into my bones as well. That feeling slowly worked its way up my legs, reaching my chest and spine. The second creature wasn't looking at me now. Instead, it was looking at the first creature. It stood in the doorway still, just staring at the creature who was in my face. As if, I don't know, I was interpreting it as it didn't know what to do. I turned my focus back to the creature that was in my face. It started shaking its head violently, like it was spasming, neck muscles twitching wildly. Its mouth opened a few times. It had no teeth that I could see. The alien that was in the doorway started moving towards the bed. I saw it reach out to the alien that was still inches from my nose. I thought that a little strange, but I didn't have time to really process what was going on at that particular moment. That's when I was able to gather one more ounce of strength and felt my fingers reach the drawer. I quickly slid it open and grabbed the gun. My mouth no longer felt like it was sealed shut. I screamed loudly as I brought the gun up to intimidate and surprise. Suddenly, the pressure, the pain, the numbness all went away. I was free. I swung the gun around the room to locate the alien that had been in my face, but it was gone. I looked towards the doorway, and the second creature had gone too. I walked around the apartment, turning lights on. I noticed it was cold, very cold. I had turned the heat down a little bit before I had gone to bed, but it was as if I was standing outside in the frigid cold. I turned on every light as I did a sweep of the house. Nothing. Not a sign of either of the creatures. I grabbed a flashlight and I ran outside. Sure, it was cold. Sure, I was walking around outside in the cold night with a loaded pistol and just in my shorts. But I wanted to see them again. I wanted answers. I checked the sky, the roofs of the other houses, and even looked in the snow for any signs of footprints or something. Anything to tell me that I had indeed seen two aliens. Nothing. I lit a cigarette, sat down in a snow-covered lawn chair, and tried to put everything I had seen together to try to make sense of it. I remembered towards the end of the experience, the second creature had approached the first creature and placed its hand on the first creature's shoulder. Why? Was it helping? And if so, who? Me? Or its fellow alien? Was it just two, or were there others somewhere else in the apartment? I sat in that snow-covered chair with a pistol in my lap, and I smoked 3 more cigarettes. I couldn't stop shaking, not from the cold, but from the shock of what I had just gone through. I couldn't believe it. I had just experienced something that had scared me to death. I was broken. The next day, I did some investigating online, and I saw where sometimes sleep paralysis can be confused for possible abductions and close encounters. I read a lot about that over the next several days. Let me tell you, this was not sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis didn't explain how I saw these things moving or get so close to my face that I could see my reflection in its eyes. As I mentioned earlier, I fear people will call me a liar or a fraud or just plain crazy. But I swear, this is what happened to me. And honestly, I wish it never had.
Basically, that's where it ends. It goes on, and then he does the outro for the channel. Okay, what is everybody's thoughts on that? So Skeletor, this is your friend Quentin. This is your friend Quentin. You said lived in Michigan. Is he watching, or does he want to like tell us what happened, or come on?
Holy shit.
Okay, that took a turn.
Skeletor, I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry he offed himself.
He did this after this came out, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess.
I wonder how many people called him fake and said it was made up. And after going through that type of experience, the details in that with grabbing a weapon and searching are. If I was in that situation,
wow,
the next steps that he took with taking the gun and going, I would do the same thing. I would search. It wouldn't be to run and get out. I would immediately go on the offensive and go room to room and find out where the hell you went. Because me personally, I would be wanting revenge. It's my time. And then to go outside and go looking and then have no answers. I could see
I would have done the exact same thing. And then he probably got pressured by everybody else and went through all sorts of bullshit. I'm so fucking sorry.
We're not highlighting Skeletor's comment about what happened to his buddy, but from the way we're talking, I'm pretty sure most of the audience can tell what happened to Quentin.
Skelly, I didn't know Quentin.
Man,
going through something like that, and probably the people that don't believe, dude, I'm gonna take one for Quentin.
Yeah, let's all take one for Quentin. That's fucking crazy.
Oh, shit. If that's the case,
yeah, let's all
get grab my bottle.
Respect, man.
That I had watched a little bit about this because I wanted to make sure while we had Lay on, I wanted to make sure this wasn't something that Skeletor had sent us. Go ahead. He said he'd seen them a few more times and he got horribly deep depression. His girl left him and his mom couldn't take it. I have never heard, dude. That whole story sounds so fucked. Like the whole point of them like coming in and staring at him, and Darren says something here. sounds like the one was going to harm him and the other one was like defending him. It sounds more to me like one was going to harm him and the other one was like, let him go. You can't hold him or some shit like that. Or you can't, because it sounded like the other one was trying to like do the whole mind telekinesis stuff or something.
Man,
when you talk and or you look into stories and do the research and things like that, usually it's never just a one chance encounter. Some are, but most of them, when you hear about it, it's when they see him once, then they see him again. Like if you're being studied, being, tormented, some seem like they're okay, some seem like they're not. And it's doing the research. And you almost start to wonder if we're the guinea pigs. Because truth be told, do I believe in aliens? I've never had an experience, but that doesn't mean that I don't believe in them. Because you're telling me out of that huge ass sky above us that nowhere there isn't another civilization that exists. I'm sorry, but you can't convince me out of all that territory that there isn't. And the truth is if they have that technical advantage to where they can travel from way out there where we can't see, that also tells me that if they really wanted to come down here and pick a fight with us, we wouldn't have a chance. We better hope they're friendly. But there's also nothing we can do. They can get into buildings. They can get into secure places if they've got that, technical aspect of it. The nightmares are what got him worse.
He committed himself also over this.
Yeah, I bet, man.
Dude. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say about all that. I mean,
having experience is one thing, but this thing got on his chest and was choking him.
Cooley, what do you think?
Yeah, Skelly, you might be right.
Some stuff like that can have such an effect on people.
You good, Cooley?
Yeah, the alien was one thing.
Cooley, are you good?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because you look like you look like for a minute there like you were just depressed.
He just got off of work.
I'm surprised he got a fucking joint in his mouth.
He's probably working on it.
Okay, go ahead, work on your joint.
I'm working on it.
All right, there you go. All right, so I'm sorry, Sage. You were saying, go right ahead.
He says he thinks the alien killed him. I think the alien put him in that frame of mind, and the fact that he went searching right after the shit happened, and then he came forward with a story, whereas most people will hide their stories for many, many fucking years, and the adversity of scrutiny. But he came forward with his stuff, and then he got all the scrutiny right afterwards. And that played such a pivotal role. And he felt he lost his girlfriend. He lost his family. He lost everything because he came out and told people about it. He was left with nothing. That encounter took everything away from him.
That is crazy.
And that sucks. And they did everything. That whole situation fucked him. And it's tragic. Whether it was meant to be a good situation or a bad situation, that turned out bad for him. And I totally feel for Skeletor losing a good friend and living with this, because I lost my best friend. with suicide, and I
Well
know
said,
how that shit
Skeletor.
is.
That's I will give you that one. That is very. I didn't know you had that in you. Very religious. God does not judge a poor, sick mind. All right, I think this is the last one here that we can cover as far as haunted stories. Because I'm sorry, but we'll get to it here in a minute. We'll get to the one we like the most, but this one just came in from Corey as well. When I was 5 years old, we lived in a trailer a mile and a half up from the main road back up at a tobacco farm. One day, my mom had me ride with her to the store. About halfway down the road, in our driveway, a couple hundred yards in front of us, we saw what looked like a really big black bear. My mom said, "Look at that black bear," as she slowed down. When it saw the car, it moved, and its feet took off running. We sped up, and by the time we got to its location, whatever it was down the road the wooded hill and across the empty tobacco field and entering the tree line. My mom tried not to scare me and said that was a fast bear and had traveled over 1,000 yards to get across that field. A couple weeks later, I was staying with my grandparents, and my mom and stepdad were home alone. They were woken up by something larger than a train standing on their deck that was by their window, and it was trying to jiggle the windows open. They slowly moved to the closet. The cat and the dog was as quiet as a mouse, but was on alert. It tried to get in for about 20 minutes, then left. We lived in the same trailer. One day, my grandparents came to talk to my mom. They were spooked about something. My grandparents had 2 separate bedrooms. They were taking a nap, and they both were awakened by a strange noise. They went to look out the window and saw a craft floating above the tree line. Both bedrooms were in the same side of the house. They watched it till it left. They went in the kitchen, discussed it over coffee. They drove straight to my mom afterwards. Corey. I'm going to guess this all happened up out east in Appalachia, where you're originally from, because he's from the Appalachian Mountains. All right, I got to ask.
Yeah, those Appalachian Mountains are fucking tricky.
Yeah, because Appalachia, you hear all the shit that happened. Out of all the stories we've heard tonight, and we've heard a lot, which person had the scariest story?
Probably the one whenever you look at my picture.
I'll definitely give you the funniest.
Yeah, I'll give you the funniest. I thought for a second he wasn't paying attention. He just pops right up. The one about my sister. All right, he's in the show. Okay, I get it. We'll make a broadcaster out of him soon enough.
But no, honestly,
they're all pretty good.
The video, was that Skeletor's?
It was Skeletor about his friend.
That one was I don't know if I'd say it was pretty fucked up.
Oh shit!
If that makes
well, we got Hollywood Tim Gibbons here with us.
That's what I was doing, sitting backstage for the last 8.5 minutes.
Sorry, I didn't notice you.
Giving you the fucking sign.
So my most intriguing is definitely Anastasia.
Yes.
Because I want her to harness that power, because damn it, I want her to walk through walls. Yes, very much so. But I'm willing to share the money. I'm not being greedy. I need her to work on this power. My most interest is the one that we didn't hear, but Brent hinted at. And
oh yeah,
it's the Indian spirit that is still chasing him. The Indian's Grim Reaper.
Yeah, I meant to send him a link, but I forgot because I had to deal with all these emails coming in and shit. Damn.
Brent, I want to get. He also made the comment of where's the place that we went to after a wrestling show. I've always been paranormal and I've always been hunting. So there are 3 places that I know in the RCW time frame of wrestling that after a show we went to look at places. And Brent, I can't remember which one of those you were on because we went to a cemetery, we went to an old haunted house, and then we went to the house where the murder suicide took place over south of Carlinville.
All right. Tim, you've been watching for a while. What do you think was your favorite story you've heard so far tonight?
I was watching for a little while until I got to Anastasia's, and then I had to bounce out for a meeting. But the interesting one and intriguing one would be hers. I didn't get to hear any of the other stories or scaries or anything like that.
Okay. Bubba, what about you?
I like them all.
You like them
all?
all?
That stuff interests me, so I like them all.
Now, I could give. I have one paranormal, and then like one extraterrestrial, and then one drug-induced story.
I gotta hear this. It's from Hollywood, for God's sakes. I gotta hear these.
The paranormal one was that there used to be an old house out on Apple Orchard Road outside of Beardstown, which is literally about a quarter mile down the road from my church that I grew up going to. There used to stand an old stone house out there that had an old barn off to the side of it. Huge land. And the story went that the old man found out that his lady was doing something she wasn't supposed to be doing. And so he found out by following and caught her. So one day they're all out in the yard playing, and he stood up in his bedroom window and he picked them all off in the front yard before he took his own life. Then the story goes that the house had fell down. It was so old that it started to crumble around. There was still a 3/4 of a structure. You could still go into 2 of the 3 floors of the house. You could step on the front porch and it got ice cold. Step off the porch, perfectly fine. Get inside the house and start talking. You would hear noises. You would see things that weren't there. It would get really cold, and then swiftly it would just go away, and it'd be regular temperature outside. But the weirdest part about it was we went out to the video camera, and we sat out in the front part of the yard, videotaping the whole yard back and forth, slowly back and forth, asking all kinds of questions. Didn't get any answers, didn't hear anything, see anything. But as you're pulling away, as we are backing out of the drive, and we're saying the last few things, we see something like come out from behind the tree, and we're like, hold on, stop. And someone says, who was that? And you see it pop behind the tree and back again. And we asked it one more time, who's behind the tree? This little boy came out from behind the tree, and he had a little ball. He was playing with a ball. He went back behind the tree. As we went to leave, he followed us all the way down the fence line until the main part of the road met the other part of the road. That's the one paranormal I have. To this day, as an update, the house no longer stands anymore. There's no pieces of it. There's no remnants of it.
Damn.
Some other things that happened over the last, so many years, and they went in and cleaned it completely out of there and took everything out. So now it's just one big open plot of land. The extraterrestrial would have been when I was like 15, 16 years old. It happened in 3 different towns in Cass County all at the same time. In Meridosha, there was reports of strange lights showing above tree lines and everything in town. And in Browning, Illinois, a set of 3 lights came in and flew around a tree for a little bit and then disappeared. And then outside of Beardstown on the Boulevard Road by what used to be the old hospital and the swamp by the high school, we witnessed 2 very bright lights pop on in the sky out of nowhere as if someone flipped on a fucking spotlight. Both of them were different colors, and we looked up and watched them literally bolt across the sky as if they were to collide, if they were to met. But as we're watching, it got so close, and it just darted right underneath. And then both of them, poof, were out of the sky like they weren't even there anymore. No jet can do that. No airplane can do that. That was something that wasn't supposed to be there. It was reported by multiple people in the Meridosha and the Browning area of all the different sites of lights and everything else. And then the drug-induced story was Ozfest in St. Louis. 17 years of age, coming back from a hell of a concert. Let's just say lots of alcohol, lots of usage of drugs, different types of drugs, smokable drugs, edible drugs, lickable drugs, all kinds of stuff. We're on our way home from the concert. We stop at a Kmart. I've got to take a massive fucking dump. So I run into the bathroom. I go in there to use the bathroom. And while I'm in the bathroom, I watch a trash bag pop up out of the trash can, do this, turn into a gnome, run across the bathroom floor, and disappear into the wall. All the way home, I didn't say a word. We got home. They asked me what the fuck my problem was. I told them what happened. They just laughed at me hysterically for fucking 2 hours. I've never, ever pissed or shat in a Kmart bathroom ever since 1997.
Wow. Sage, did we ever get to you about your favorite story? What story you liked?
You like mine.
You like your...
Yes, and I liked Brent, and I was just doing some more research on the Indian shit, not shit, but the Indian warriors and stuff like that. And I came up with a couple, and one of the most feared that he might be talking about that came up with the Cheyenne Indians was the Tecumseh warrior, or the other one is the Dog Soldiers.
Ooh.
Which was the Hataminsho warriors, which also stood for Dog Warriors, which would make a lot more sense for the Marine Corps.
Wow.
And that's what him and Jason both were. That would make a lot more sense. And that was also with the tribes that he is a part of. So Dog Warrior and his tribe would make a lot more sense. Especially with Brent. Because he mentioned he was part of, I believe, Cheyenne. And the Dog Warriors and him being a devil dog kind of goes hand in hand.
All right, we had
get my drift.
We had a lot of good stories tonight. Obviously, Anastasia's probably is. Anastasia sounds like literally something.
Anastasia, that's pretty unbelievable, and I think she needs to find someone that can get her connected with her third eye, if you will.
Somebody find Patrick Stewart. Send Anastasia to Patrick Stewart, for God's sakes. The one that sounded really terrifying was the one that Skeletor said about his friend Quentin. That sounds like it's out of a horror movie. That
hurt my heart.
That sounded terrifying. Just that whole story. I mean, dude, we had so many good stories, and obviously, like I said, there's so many more. We had Brent I wanted to get to. I wanted to see if we can get Darren in to talk about some of his stories. We'll have to do this story. We'll have to do this again sometime. We'll have to do this again sometime where viewer horror stories.
Yeah.
Story time with
Cheyenne,
the fans.
What in the fuck?
The Cheyenne Dog Soldiers. That's for Brent.
Cheyenne Dog Soldiers.
I'm pretty sure he said that his thing was one of his is Cheyenne. I'm pretty fucking sure.
Watch the movie Last of the Dogmen.
And they gave me a pronunciation, and I fucking was looking at it and trying to write it down at the same time, and it's like,
so should we do part two?
I think we could probably do a part 2 on Friday.
Do we want to do a part 2?
I think we got the
Yo,
story.
you guys are talking about some spooky stuff, and
Hang on. Everybody's interrupting Will Hyde. I'm trying to hear Will. Okay.
No, all I said is I think we got the enough story and the ability to do it. Interest. So
a lot of people came on board and talked about it. So sorry, Cooley.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I say let's do part 2 Friday. That could be the lead up to the Wrestling for a Cure Ghost Walk on Saturday.
I was just gonna say, you guys are talking about all this paranormal stuff. I actually live in a haunted house, and all this paper right here, just chilling right here, literally just fell on the ground.
man, that was the ghost telling you those are perfect for rolling papers and to get high, dude.
Oh my God, no.
Wait a minute.
Y'all got a cool ghost.
Wait a minute.
Like no joke. No.
Wait a minute.
Those papers just fell on their own. I was just sitting here. No joke.
Is there a ceiling near you?
Cooley lives in a haunted house.
Cheyenne and Lakotas.
There was a person that lived here before people here that was standing in front of this fridge, and
You live in a haunted house.
Yep.
I don't even fucking say it. I'm getting one. I don't care.
the people, you guys know the people that I live with, they literally have so many stories that they could tell you that they've experienced.
And you never told us where most of this cast
In his
are-
defense, I know what house he lives in, and I know the story of it.
Now, did Brent say Lakotas also, maybe by chance?
I thought he was Apache and Comanche.
Apache.
All right,
and
so next
Comanche, okay.
next broadcast is gonna be live from Tyler Cooley's house. Just saying. For a
Hell
ghost
yeah!
All right, I'd say this is a good place to end it. What about you
Better
guys
have me some
tonight?
rubber duckies, goddammit. I love rubber duckies. I rub them on my penis.
I think it's a good place to end it. What about you guys?
Damn, man, you gonna make it?
Kind of grabbed you by the boo boo, didn't it? Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
What'd you say about it?
All right. We haven't heard from Tim in a long ass time. He's going to be joining me tomorrow for the interview with Ash Hamilton. So let's get through it. Tim, what's your final thought, brother?
My final thoughts are, man, no matter what goes on in life, as long as you do what you exactly want to do in your entire life, whether it's a good thing, or it's a great thing, it's an awesome thing, or it's just something you think is the greatest thing in the world, go ahead and try to accomplish that, no matter what anybody tells you. Don't let nobody tell you no. Enjoy what you can on this earth, because trust me, we're only here for so long, and then one day we all have to say goodbye. As I end out my final thought, I love everybody. I'm going to go do some things I got to go do now because somebody came home tonight and I got to go. So
Later, Tim. I'll see you tomorrow night for the interview.
Yep, yep.
All right.
I'll give you a lot of that and some rubber duckies.
Oh, all right. Let's go around the room here. The property of Anastasia, also known as Tyler Cooley. What's your final thoughts there, man?
Smoke weed. It's good for you. It makes your hair grow. Wait, Will Hyde, do you smoke weed? Oh, okay.
I and this guy up here are under federal DOT.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Bubba, you have hair, right?
Unfortunately.
All right. So then, yeah, smoke weed. It makes your hair grow. I just had to double check and make sure.
I give him credit for trying to get the facts straight.
Yeah, I will give him that. He's at least on the ball tonight.
And I don't know. I'm high.
No shit. He hit the
Whoa.
Biden moment.
You high? Never.
Oh, remember this Saturday night, New Genesis Wrestling Forsaken, but it's not at the Lou Civic Center like usual. It's at the Madison County Expo Hall in Highland.
Hey, don't forget, you're our ambassador over there for Saturday.
If I can get a ride.
You better ask that coach for a damn ride then. We're gonna do
And
this,
if you
boy.
can't make it out there, Pinfall Wrestling has Battle of the Roundhouse going on this Saturday also, 7:30 p.m.
Jason Klug, I'm making an executive decision. You're our ambassador over there.
All right, speaking of Ambassador Kluge, what's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is if you're going to work in the journalist occupation, you need to proofread, learn proper pronunciation and grammar and all that shit. It's
very true. Very, very true. All right. Sage, what you got for us?
All right. Let's see here. Good show tonight. Do what you got to do. We had lots of good stories and a lot of good interviews. Crazy shit. I've got a wrestling show coming up November. I will have a card here very soon. Not quite done yet. Buffing out the details because you gotta make sure you get them buffed out really good. Make sure who you're gonna actually book on the card is going to be on the card. Don't tell somebody you're going to book them and then not book them, and definitely don't, let your locker room determine who's going to be on your card, because that's just fucking stupid. Hey, yeah, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Let's put it up to a vote.
Who's
Who
asking
does that?
ticket?
I don't know. Some company that just did that this past weekend.
I miss Cooley and will you pay him for me?
Because they definitely did that because that was the smart thing to do.
Skeleton.
Because that makes sense.
At least he's not starting shit with your girl.
Huh. But anyways, that's all I've got for now.
All right, thoughts from chat room. I didn't want to interrupt, so I ran out. I almost spit soda out my nose. This one here, final thought. I miss Cooley. Anastasia, will you peg him for me? And Anastasia's like, what?
What?
Oh, it might. We're not going there. We're not going there.
Skeletor, that's kind of hot.
Final thoughts, my family. Shut up! You provoke him. My family is full of some weird shit, and damn straight he belongs to me as I belong to him. Final thought: we live in a time when intelligent people are being silenced, so stupid people won't be offended. Very true. Very true. All right, before we get out of here, a few things to get to.
I didn't do my final thought.
Oh fuck! I keep forgetting.
You dumbass. Oh, sorry.
It's just Bubba.
It is, but there's obviously.
Hold on, let me fix. We'll give him his final thought. Well spoken. Okay, so I'm joking, Papa. I'm joking. Go right ahead.
There's obviously plenty of stuff to do this Saturday. The Ghost Walk, PWA. It's also my 50th birthday, and I'll be partying at Weevil with Devil's Daughter and the Blackwater Band will be playing. So if you're not going to go do any of that stuff, you can always come hang out with me. That's all I got.
Yeah, you're gonna be what, 50?
Yeah.
There's lots going on this weekend.
God, you're old.
Thank you, Anna.
All right.
Sage called you old.
Hey, don't rat me out, you little bastard. I'll shove your head up your own ass.
Well, let's go ahead and get right to it. First, we got
I'm the second
several.
old one here on the screen.
Are you really skipping me on final thoughts?
Did I skip?
Yeah.
You are way off your fucking rocker tonight.
Let me
bro.
fix.
You are such a dumbass. Oh, bye. What does that say?
Oh, I can't wait until I see his ass Saturday. Whew. Final thoughts. Hey, don't forget in an emergency situation to plan your emergency plan, because that's what you got to do. And for those of you that are just tuning in, if that made no fucking sense, it kind of goes with what I'm saying. If you're a journalist or a journalist, because 30-something% of people don't trust the media anymore, I wonder why. Fucking idiots. Second, hey man, if you live near a cemetery and you happen to be near the section where the children are buried, and you hear "come play with us" at 3 a.m, I suggest you don't go and play. It might be a little weird. But positive news, the Ghost Walk is this Saturday. Be there. It's a damn good time, I promise. If you don't believe me, ask dipshit DeWitt, who I'm kind of pissed off at right now.
Yeah.
You can verify I did pretty good.
Yeah.
We got Bree there, and if we're lucky, we will definitely have merch by next week, but we might be able to get it this week. Maybe.
Dude, I almost fucking spit my beer out. Whatever that shit just happened. Holy shit.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get right. Okay, is that everyone, first off?
I like your name.
What the fuck does that say?
Dipshit DeWitt.
Thanks, Klug.
What did I do?
Changed the name, didn't you?
It's not wrong.
Dipshit.
Where is this Coolie?
Motherfuckers on a roll.
Where is this Coolie been?
No shit.
Oh, this is the coolie we need all the fucking time.
Fucking right,
kidding.
baby.
All right, let's get right to our final shout-outs real quick for tonight. First and foremost, yes, this weekend, Saturday, October 19th at 7 p.m. is the, yeah, I stuttered, shut up, the Wrestling for a Cure Ghost Walk. This, I'm telling you guys, this is a great Ghost Walk. It's being hosted by Brianna, who does a great job, by Jason, who does an excellent job, and it's going to start out at the inn at 8:35. Everything about Springfield, Illinois' dark history is covered. You got the history of the Lincolns. You got pandemics. You got speakeasies, race riots, mob situations, you name it. And almost every stop we hit on this Ghost Walk is haunted. You never know. You may see something there. You may experience something, but you're definitely going to get a wealth of knowledge from these two. $20. $20 gets you into the Ghost Walk. I've already got a whole group that's planning on going. They're just waiting to get paid Friday to donate the money. But it's worth it. It is worth it. That is this Saturday, October 19th at 7 p.m. from the inn at 8:35. Get in touch with me or get in touch with Jason Wilhite on how you can reserve a spot for yourself today. Look at this. Look at this. You can actually invite people. And I'm going to go ahead and hit interested. You know what? Screw it. Yeah, I'm going. There you go. I'm going to it. Okay. Second thing. This one was brought to us today by my niece. She wants to know if I can do this. So I'm going to say yes. Be the good uncle I am. Franklin High School's class of 2017 is doing a quarter auction at the Franklin High School small gym. Doors open at 12. Auction starts at 1. That is Saturday, December 7th. $1 for paddles are $1 each. $5 at the door. All paddles are $25 each. Limited quantity. You got any questions? Contact Caitlin Kane at Franklin High School, franklinhigh.com. That is a quarter auction. Next thing I got for y'all. We heard about it here. Here we go. Cooley, the ambassador for New Genesis. New Genesis Wrestling presents Forsaken Saturday, October 19th at 2025 Park, Highland Drive, Illinois.
Let's go.
Tickets are $10 in advance, $12 at the door. Kids tickets are $5. More information as well as the card will be available at newgenesiswrestling.com. They're also going to have a kids Halloween costume.
Or I was just gonna say, or just visit the NGW Facebook page. That's where you can see a majority of the promos and stuff like that.
That's right. And finally, our last little shout out for a night. Pinfall Wrestling presents Battle at the Roundhouse October 19th as well. Why is everybody happening on Saturday? That is at the Roundhouse at 905 Bay Street, Beardstown, Illinois. 7:30 bell time. $12 pre-sale tickets at the venue or online. $15 at the door. That is Pinfall Wrestling's Battle at the Roundhouse. All right, I would say
that's your final. You can't even show mine, you fucking prick.
I've had some. Trust me, we'll get to yours Friday. I promise. We're gonna literally do a whole episode for November Rain. We're gonna do a whole episode for November. A whole episode. Okay. Trust me. All right, guys. Okay. That is it for us. We will be back Friday at 7 p.m. To all of you who came in and shared your haunted stories and everything, great time. It's great hearing it. We'll probably do round 2. No, we'll go ahead and do round 2 Friday. So spread the word. If you got somebody who has a haunted story about ghosts, aliens, monsters, whatever, send them our way. We'll bring them on here and they can do a small mini interview. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m., I am interviewing along with Hollywood Tim Gibbons, director Ash Hamilton, fresh off the heels of his latest film, F, Tales of the End of Times. We're going to get to talk to Ash and see what the future holds, what next projects he has, and more importantly, when the hell can we see F, Tales of the End of Times, and when is it coming out soon? So, all right, that's it for us. So, on behalf of April Pinkley and on behalf of Tim Gibbons, that's Dr. Sage. That's the man who's going to kill my ass at some point, Jason Wilhite. That is Kluge is not responsible. Yes, he is. That is everyone's favorite, Just Bubba, and the property of Anastasia tattooed on his tramp stamp, Tyler Cooley. We will see you all Friday for another edition of the Best Damn Podcast. Till then, here it is, 2 quick moments of Zen.
And thanks, Lay.
Oh shit!
What the fuck?
Oh, I would stop the car and kick your fucking ass.
He did pop up off the switch.
Oh, I've been there.
And here's moment of Zen number 2, and I've done this before too, and I got yelled at by my fiance for this shit. I have done that before. Little stupid fuckers.
Hey, bring up Cooley's camera.
Tyler was scared pussy, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you moved it, fucker.
What? What was up with his camera?
Dude, when he had it laying down, the glare, when it looked up, it looked like you could see a face.
Do it again.
Oh, shit.
He's not going to be able to put it in the exact same place he had it.
It did look like a face.
It's ruined.
Man, now y'all got me tricked. Y'all summoned the ghost.
That's why it caught my attention.
Well, I mean, is it a bad thing we summon a ghost?
It did what, huh?
Is it a bad thing we summon a ghost?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think, if we get a ghost, that makes the show popular and famous already again, right? All right, on that note, we're out. So long, everybody. See you Friday.
Gonna wake up
Hey, ghost. Hey, Cooley for me.